people have always tried to put different ideas in people's head. Just like they say that I'm always trying to come up with different organizations. When I came up and enforced the black disciples and ripped the laws and prayer and put everything down and put the crowns on these people's heads that I said I crown, didn't nobody want to believe it. But the truth is steady coming out. You see, when truth on the scene, falsehood flees. What we need to understand is that people don't want to see change. Some people ain't ready for change. You see, the only reason I went back to my roots, you see, was because the Black Disciple Organization was not living up to our standards. They were going against each other, fighting each other, backdooring each other, disrespecting one another, and that ain't the way we are. Use the King Day name in vain, in lies. You see, that ain't how this goes. That ain't how it goes. So that's why we went back to the house of David, 414, Disciple Nation, because we don't believe in fighting against our brothers. Gangsters is anything up under Larry Hoover is a part of us. We don't fight each other. We don't steal from each other. See, we don't set each other up. With everything going on the way it's going, who want to be a part of chaos? So 414 had to come back into the picture because everybody that's a part of 414 understand one thing, is love. We ain't fighting each other. We ain't backdooring each other. It's definitely about the three kings. King Dave, King Hoover, King Shorty. You see, that's what this is all about. And we don't have no enemies. Our enemies is those that present themselves at that time to be our enemy. We ain't fighting nobody. We hoping that don't nobody bring no fight to us about trying to do the right thing.
Okay, Mr. Dirk, let me stop you right there, Don. And I hate to interrupt you because you're such a powerful, respectful man. Yeah, I heard that 414 is just something you created. And you created it to blend not just your nation, but all nations. Why do you decide to all that sounded so fucked up?
Well, it's nothing I decided. This was decided in 1969 when the LSD first came out, Lord Stone and Disciples. That was created by Jeff Ford, King Dave, and the leader of the Vice Lords during that period of time. You see, so when they came out with that, even though we still fought each other at different times, but it still brought unity. It brought understanding. It brought togetherness. And together we stood on black issues. We stood on black crime. That's what we stood on. We weren't out here killing each other like what's going on today. It ain't like that.
So, Mr. Dirk, what is 401 doing right now, at this very moment, to show the community that what we lack in showing our kids and giving the kids the structure and the street code, the honor, the loyalty, the street integrity to where you don't have to do certain things to do certain things to get certain things. But if we work together, we can make it together, right? So what is your 401 for actually putting into your neighborhood at this moment to show how great this nation is?
For number one, we are coming together in unity. Trying to help people get jobs, trying to stop the violence that's plaguing our communities out there on the streets. We trying to get brothers to go back to school or make a safe haven for them to go back to school. We trying to feed families that people ain't looking at, that need to be fed. These people is hungry. Some of these people's children don't have beds to sleep in. Their life and gas is off. So we trying to establish ourselves to help people that need to be helped.
So right now, with the people that stand with you right now, Mr. Dirk, at this moment, can you say that you're actually getting the young people to interact more and actually hold that as something that's worth the development and growth?
Yes, we have a bunch of young people that's coming in because they see the benefits and the betterment of them bettering themselves. They see the way that they've been led by other people. It's been the wrong way. It's not the right way. You see what I'm saying? And they being misled by these people, for these people's growth and development. They sending their kids to college. You dig? They feeding their children. They paying their bills off the blood, sweat, and tears of these people that they claiming to be loyal to. They're not loyal to these people. You see what I'm saying? So the bottom line is this, that if we can get everybody under one accord, we know everybody ain't gonna come, but the ones that we do have, if we can get them to understand that they've been led the wrong way, then maybe we can get more and more of these youth involved. Now let me just point this out. We done lost 2 generations. Now this behavior is falling back on the 8-year-olds all the way up to 15. Them the ones that's being killed, you see. So if we continue to lose different generations, we way back there. Your oldest grandmother is 29 or 39. Don't know how to cook, don't know how to sew. So we taking these young women that's having babies because they don't have parents to really direct them into a better life, you dig? So we trying to help them how to sew, cook, take care of their children. We helping them to try to go out and get jobs. You see what I'm saying? So they can better. But the problem is, there's no help for them out there because if you from different neighborhoods, you see, and people know you from their neighborhood, you in harm's way.
So, Mr. Dirk, I've been wanting to get a little deeper in this with you. If you're out there, and you honestly, you out there helping the neighborhood, benefiting the neighborhood, actually giving these people a vocational training on how to make it when it's hard, right?
Yeah.
But what about those people who keep it hard? You know, let's go back into the real street stuff, Mr. Don Dirk. You've been out there, you witnessed so many things, you lived and experienced so many things. What about those who really want to help, but afraid to take the help? Do you value their worth and just keep moving on, or do you keep pushing on because that's still part of your community? How do you teach your young people under you to continuously understand that you gotta keep reaching to give, to get, and to take, right? What is your whole process in that?
The demeanor to that is that you have a lot of youth scared today to go to school because in them schools is different rivals of theirs. Their life ain't safe. Half of them scared to empty their own garbage, you know, go to the stores. So our job is more harder because, see, they victims right now because they live in this neighborhood and they might be fighting, this neighborhood might be fighting against another neighborhood or block or something. And by them living there, people is getting them too. So what we trying to do is touch down with everybody we know from different organizations.
So
that, wait a minute, that help us to do what we trying to do, that believe in what we doing. We get them to get with the ones that they have influence over. So we can bring all these parties together so we can become one hand working together.
You might think a lot of people like, government, middle class, upper class, maybe a little lower class people might come in and think, this is Don Dirk, developing an organization, king of all kings, King David, Larry Hoover. They look at you as a person who is black, predominantly, and maybe have did little things not completely white collar. Can we say that? Do you consider yourself as part, and they might mistake you as part of this group as the Black Panthers? Do you consider yourself one and the same?
I consider myself a black man in what you want to call America, with no real ownership of nothing, that says we are not citizens. So what I feel that's necessary is that we try to educate people that we only stronger together. We have to do this together. We ain't gonna make it separately or differently. We have to come together and make this happen.